So we're going to take that same circuit that we made in your first activity, and we're going to put it onto a breadboard. Breadboards just make it a lot easier to build things and knowing what you're connecting, and in real life, it's a great prototyping tool. For this, we would actually, in real life, have to solder all these pieces together, and they would be permanently attached, where with a breadboard, you don't have to solder things, you can move things around a lot easier. So I'm going to show you how we would make the same circuit using a breadboard. So I'm going to go through and delete all my wires because we're going to have to redo those anyways. All right, and let's just move these out of the way. So from that breadboard video, you know that these bottom and top rails are where our electricity flows through. So I'm going to actually use the bottom one to connect my negative. I want that to be black just to keep the colors all the same so it's easy to follow. And then the top is going to be where my positive goes. And you can see what's kind of cool in Tinkercad is that as I hover over this positive rail, it shows that all of those are connected. They all have little green dots. If I go over even here, it shows that all of them in that column are connected. So it's really easy to see which parts of the breadboard are connected and which ones aren't. Make that one red. All right, so now in between here is where I'm going to need my resistor and an LED. So I'm going to plop a resistor in. We're going to go like that. And then my LED will go like that. So I have my resistor in the 5th row. I'm just spanning that gap. So it doesn't really matter exactly which ones. We just wanted to span over that little gap. So I need to connect my positive to my resistor here. So I'm going to go from this 5 row and just draw a little wire connecting. So now right now the electricity is flowing from the battery through this red wire down to this one, and it's getting to the resistor. And then I actually put my LED one end with the resistor on that same line, and actually that's the cathode. That's the one that we need with the negative. So I'm going to shift this over. So now my anode is on the positive side of my circuit. So I actually don't need a wire connecting my resistor to my LED because they're in that same row that's all connected. And then, actually I'm going to move it back one just so you guys can see everything. And then I just need to connect my cathode end of my LED to my negative line of the board. So I'm going to make my wire black and go from 4 to the negative. So real quick before I do simulation, I'll kind of walk you through how this circuit is working. So the electricity is going from the positive end down this rail, and then it's coming to this 5th row where then it's hitting one end of the resistor, going over the bridge. The other end of the resistor is getting to the anode side of the LED, and then the negative side of the LED is connecting to the negative rail back to the battery. So if we start the simulation, there is our little LED. And again, if you're making this from scratch, I had all my same pieces from before. You might have to play with the resistance number a little bit to get your light to light up. You can also change the color of your LED. So, and then again, with your LED on, you're going to take a screenshot or a picture of your circuit to turn in for your second circuit activity on Schoology.